or confused by something less important. So over the next 2 levels, we'll use commentary nodes to point out some of the specific places where we grappled with conveying information to the player. In between these nodes, you'll likely be able to spot many other examples for players to find, if they're interested in paying closer attention and understanding more.
One of the pieces of important information we struggle to of floor levels, rows of small lights, and the tidying of the silhouette into more structured vertical elements. Try and strike a balance between capturing the alien nature of the Citadel whilst grounding its construction in enough familiarity to better understand its size and state. Large, sweeping vistas such as this one proved an interesting challenge in virtual reality. Their distance from the viewer means they don't benefit from stereoscopic vision the way that small close-up objects do. Because of this, the small objects on the balcony often draw the attention of the players before they've even noticed the imposing structure in the distance. If we move the Citadel to
screens, and our early playtests showed us that nothing quite sold that scale more than seeing a Strider up close. In addition to the visuals, to fully illustrate the scale of a Strider at close range, we needed to do a lot of work on its audio treatment. Players had strong
איזה ריקושי זה עשה? fuck you, גם לך עשה ריקושי. fuck you faggot. oh shit, זה לא עשה ריקושי באמת. רגע להתגע נראה לי גם. It's something that you're very aware of. And schizophrenics also do that, but the thing is that they misinterpret things so wildly, and then they'll sit and reflect on that misinterpretation and extrapolate more thought to their belief systems. So, learning about racist tropes with Uncle Josh. Yes, I'm making a great first impression on Trovo. I hope one of the admins, TV, if you want to go see it, you'll see it. Glad things are up and up for something. Of course it's awful, that's the fun part. Second, per viewer. So even right now, even on Trovo, what am I streaming for? About 1,300 on YouTube, and another 570 on
Barrett is just cheering them on. But yet you can clearly see on the CGTN website that CGTN company, of course, that the musician works for, is posting Barrett's videos on their own website.
When you're having an argument with someone, you've got a point of view, they don't agree with you. So what do? You call someone else in, maybe someone that person respects. So you're calling your mother or something, or their teacher, or whatever it is, and say, he doesn't believe that XYZ is true. What do you think? So you get the teacher or something to say, yeah, no, he's right, and then they will believe it. Meanwhile, you've paid the teacher to say that. That's kind of what's going on.
Or unlisted the speedrun video that I was talking about. Anyways, just saying that that's autistic, and so is speedrunning, and now this shit is all complete his run. So he very, very subtly tweaked just the drop rate. And they took out like mathematicians and statisticians and said it's like a 3.5 or 7 trillion, 1 in 7 trillion chance of him getting the odds that he had gotten to finish that run based on all of his live streamed run attempts. And he had his world record taken away, and it's a big deal because he had like 15 million followers on YouTube. And people want to turn him into a chair. And they very arrogantly said that he cannot be doxxed, which of course caused a bunch of teenagers and some group called
Nuclear war. Global destruction, the likes of which humanity had never seen before, all because of one massive, unchecked company. Let's fast forward to the post-apocalyptic Fallout world we're familiar with. Through factions like the Brotherhood of Steel, as well as an assortment of pre-war robots we meet throughout the wasteland, we get glimpses into the mentality of the US military leading up to the war. Aggressive, jingoistic, xenophobic, and hilariously anti-communist.
Begin to build up the strength of a new military without borders, Diamond Dogs. Unlike MSF back in the 70s, Diamond Dogs has no problem working for the US. In Afghanistan,
gracious.
Nick's camera in Google Hangouts is really just like he just blindsides you. I'm just gonna read it. They say Jake was implying Kern was a pedo last week too. This is archived some tweets in a very long chain about God knows what. But it says if you were really into anime in the 80s, you were into this very niche, very underground tape trading scene, watching bootleg fan subs of absurdly.
I mean, not everyone moved because of me. A lot of people did go in because I allowed Gamergate copies.
Because we've had conversation, and of all the people involved in that Gamergate, like Green on the Loose and all those people, the only one I've ever spoken to was Randy Lee Harper, and that's
because none of them thought, and this is so important. And Mark Kern, I want to get your kind of take on this. Have you seen anybody actually fight back against these brigades? To my knowledge, it's always they capitulate, they apologize, and then they lose. Over and over and over again. Have you seen anything different than that?
No, I mean, the standard operating procedure is always, up until now, and it has been a good procedure until the rise. That was good advice back then.
Like
But
20 years ago.
Yeah,
right?
but if you, or maybe not even, I would say maybe even that was still valid 10, 12 years ago. But now, all that happens is they just double down. They take your apology as an admission of guilt. They further charge whether you or anything else actually failed a bar exam to get credit.
Not incomplete it.
I
Not
got
incomplete
it incomplete.
Sucker.
So,
Okay, but but okay. So that aside though, if you're putting on, and I'm asking you to go way back to law school here, but you're putting on your thinking cap